If you wanted to go on a field trip, all you had to do was ask. Or I remember when I first started teaching, I taught cursive writing. And then I didn't teach cursive writing. And then I taught cursive writing again. Yeah. Or I remember when I first started teaching, I taught keyboarding, which turns out was a complete waste of time because all they needed was their thumbs.
Yes! That's for sure.
But what I find, what really I'm talking about is, oh my goodness, was I naive when I first started teaching. And I think we all were, and I think we've certainly progressed since then. And this is sort of just a personal thing, but when I first started teaching, I also became a parent. And as a parent, I learned from teaching, and as a teacher, I learned from parenting. And my wife and I, when we were parenting, one of our biggest, it's a weird thing to say out loud in front of a lot of people, but we really encouraged our children to become better people. And I think that as teachers, we have spent our entire careers doing the exact same thing, trying to get the children to be better people. And after 30 years, I don't think back and think, I've made all these really good students. I look back on my career and I think, I spent a lot of time making better people. And even though sometimes it felt like I was fighting against my own school board to make it happen, it still happened, which is really cool. And it's something that makes me feel really good about teaching, especially as I come to the end of my career. See, Chris, I can be positive. But now, we're coming to the end of our career, at least this one. And I'm feeling a little bit happy, a little bit sad at the same time. In my family, my wife and I are getting to the point where we may soon be empty nesters. And it's a weird feeling. And I kind of feel like that about teaching. I care deeply about the children that I have taught and the children that I continue to teach. I feel that they will soon no longer be my or our responsibility. I feel like we've helped create these autonomous, creative, intelligent adolescents, and we've done well to give them the tools that they're going to need to succeed, and I really hope so, because they're the ones that are going to be taking care of us when we're older. But the coolest thing is that I know this is true. And I know this is true for the same reason that you know this is true, and you've had these experiences where you've been out in the real world and you've met a parent or a teacher or a student that you used to teach, and the conversation always goes something like this. In this case, I was in Walmart, and a man came up to me, and he said, Mr. Wendler, I remember you. You taught my daughter in grade 4. She still talks about you. Now, for those of you who know me, you'll realize that it's a pretty amazing thing that I actually did remember who he was talking about. But I did. And she was this lovely girl in grade 4 who was incredibly shy, just came to the school. She was a self-selected mute, so I was happy to hear she was talking about me. And so as we moved along, and he said, you know, she still mentions you. She's doing really well. She goes to Ottawa University. She's taking chemical engineering. And he said, well, it was really nice to see you. And when I think about that moment, I find it really touching because it reminds me that what we have done and what we do matters. She did that. She succeeded. She had the tools to do that. But we did that too, together. We have been involved in sparking curiosity. We've been involved in encouraging passions. And for our entire careers, we have helped children find their own stories. And I think that's really amazing. But now, we're done. And come September, we don't have to stress about starting a new class, which is awesome. And we don't have to write, as we know earlier, we don't have to write report cards again. We don't have to rewrite report cards again. Personally, I'm really happy about this one. I don't have to politely answer an email from an angry parent. Never again do I have to go, waterfall, shh. I don't have to prep for a supply teacher. I don't have to do inclement weather duty. And I think this might be my favorite. I don't have to reheat my Tim's coffee for the 8th time that day. And that's pretty exciting too. So, my friends, change is coming. And teachers, we are good at change. We're going to make mistakes, and we're really good at that too. We are going to make new relationships. We're going to get caught up on the Netflix shows we've missed out on. We're going to be passionate, we're going to be curious, and we're going to start to write the next chapters of our lives. So whether you end up gardening, or traveling, or for the crazy people amongst you, supply teaching. Whether you sell your house and move into an RV, whether you play video games or pickleball, whether you, for myself, I'm going to be playing a lot of frisbee golf, which is awesome. Whatever you end up doing, do it with the confidence that you have done some amazing things, and you are going to continue to do some amazing things. There's just going to be less angry emails from parents. And so, let's put my hat back on. Congratulations to the retiring class of 2024. You win.